Hey guys, Paul Delvecchio here. Here's a lighting breakdown from the feature film 2 Days that I DP'd in December 2017. So let's jump right in. This wide shot, you can see that there's this nice, softer light illuminating the scene, and it's coming from this direction here. Let me just bring up my sketch pad. So you can see that it's coming from this area. So what that is the sun bouncing off a 12 by ultra bounce, and that's it. No other lights, just that. So when you don't have a big budget, you have to plan around things, and this is one of the things that we had to plan. So we knew the sun was going to be coming in at a certain angle. So fortunately, the sun came in here and hit into the ultra bounce, and then it returned a nice soft light coming in through these windows. It's kind of like a porch area here, or a back patio area, I should say. And it has these big sliding doors with big windows. So we just placed the ultra bounce here, and it's probably about 25 feet from the actors. And we bounced the sun back into the house. So the issue here is that we didn't have huge lights. We had two M18s, and those were the biggest lights we had. We had also a couple eco punches, which are pretty bright, but they I wouldn't say they have the throw of the M18s. So we knew that we kind of needed, a really hard, punchy kind of source to bounce light back into the house. So instead of using the M18s, which would have taken a long time to, plug in and run cable, position them and everything. So we were like, well, why don't we just set up the 12 by and push that, bounce the sun, push that into the room, and that's what we ended up doing, and it was a very quick setup. So that it's really that simple. It's just a lot of pre-planning, knowing where the sun's going to be. There's an app that I use called Sunseeker, and I'm sure there's like 1,000 other apps that tell you the position of the sun. Obviously you want to make sure that there are no clouds, that the sun is high enough so it's not blocked by anything like a house or trees or something, that the angle is right so that it would hit into your bounce and push it in the direction that you want it. But if you do a little bit of pre-planning, if you think about it beforehand, then you can use what's going on in a specific area to your advantage. Whether it's the weather, whether it's things that are you found at the location, or if it's the sun, the lighting, whatever it is. If you don't have a big budget, then you kind of have to think about these things beforehand to kind of up your production value and make it look like you had a bigger budget than you did. So that's that's really it. That really is what this was. Is a lot of pre-planning and knowing what was going to happen and what we had available to us. So this is the wide shot, and let's jump into the close-up. So you can see here it's really a really nice, kind of a glowy light, broad, nice softness to it. And I want to jump back to the wide shot because there is actually this area back here with some, why is that so dark? All right, so this area back here where there's this sunlight kind of coming in, and that's just natural sunlight. We didn't bounce anything. That was just what was happening there, and I liked it, so we rolled with it. And again, it's just knowing the right time of day when something's going to happen and taking advantage of it. In the reverse angle, you can see here that there's a nice glint in her eyes, in both of them, and that's from the 12 by bounce that we had outside. Again, it was about 25 feet away, so it's not this massive glint. It's a smaller glint. These sun streaks that you see down here, those are just what was happening with the natural sun. So again, pre-planning, knowing what's going to happen, taking advantage of that, and making it look like you had a bigger budget. Normally, you would have to blast 18Ks or M40s, M90s, whatever you want to use for sun. And you would have to blast those in through the windows, but that was happening naturally. And again, we knew that this scene could get done quickly, so that's another thing. You don't want to rely on the sun. Typically, you don't ever want to rely on the sun if you're lucky enough to have the firepower. But if you have to, and you're going to use this, workaround or technique or whatever you want to call it, then you want to make sure that you know what's happening. You don't want the clouds all of a sudden, passing in front of the sun, and then your lighting is inconsistent. You don't want the sun to move too much in the sky. So if you can, we knew going into this that we can get this done in about an hour or so the sun wouldn't really move too much. And in fact, we only really moved the ultra bounce once, and that was on this reverse angle to kind of get a better angle of her mother, and get a better angle of the light hitting her, and make it look good. So if you can get it done quick, then, go for it, and you can take advantage of Mother Nature or whatever's happening at the location. Take advantage of it and, use it to your advantage and up your production value. So that's it. Once again, this is Paul Del Vecchio. Stay tuned for more lighting diagrams. I have a really good one coming up, a really fun one, one of my favorites actually in the whole film, and so stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.